What's the biggest lie you told your family? I pretended to marry my best friend to expose my family's toxic behavior and changed both of our lives forever. For years, my family kept setting me up with men they called suitable matches. Doctors, lawyers, and businessmen they thought could give me the life they wanted. But these men weren't looking for a partner. They wanted someone quiet and obedient who'd give up their career to raise kids. My best friend Tom faced the same pressure from his family, but for different reasons. His parents couldn't accept that he was gay and kept introducing him to nice girls from church. We both felt trapped, watching our families try to mold us into versions of ourselves we didn't recognize. One night after another failed family dinner, Tom joked that we should just marry each other to shut everyone up. But something clicked. What if we did? Not for real, but just long enough to teach them all a lesson. The planning took weeks. We created fake text conversations, staged photos at romantic spots, even practiced our how we fell in love story until it felt natural. A friend who worked at a print shop helped us create convincing-looking marriage documents. Everything had to be perfect because our families weren't just traditional. They were detail-oriented and suspicious. We had a small ceremony, nothing fancy. I wore a simple white dress from a thrift store and he wore his father's old suit. Our families cried tears of joy thinking they'd finally won. For 6 months, we played the perfect couple. Sunday dinners, holiday photos, even a joint bank account for show. We mastered the art of subtle touches, knowing glances, and finishing each other's sentences. The hardest part wasn't the act. It was watching our parents' pride grow with each passing month. They bragged to friends about how their children had finally settled down. They talked about grandchildren and house hunting. Tom's mom even gave me her grandmother's recipe book, a family heirloom she'd been saving for the right woman. Then came the big reveal at Christmas dinner. With both families gathered around the table, we announced our divorce. But before anyone could react, we told them the truth. We were never really married. The ceremony was fake, performed by Tom's theater friend. The marriage certificate was printed at Kinko's. Every kiss, every photo, every moment had been perfectly staged. His mother dropped her wine glass. My father stood up so fast his chair fell backward. That's when we delivered the final blow. How their pressure to follow their perfect path had pushed us to this extreme. Tom came out again, this time refusing to hide. I announced I'd been accepted to grad school across the country and wouldn't be asking for their permission or approval. They called us cruel, said we'd humiliated them, demanded we take it all back. But we stayed calm and reminded them that every arranged date, every guilt trip, every manipulation was just as cruel. We'd simply held up a mirror to their behavior. 2 years later, Tom is engaged to a wonderful man who his parents actually adore. I'm finishing my PhD and dating someone who celebrates my ambitions. Our families don't talk about that Christmas anymore, but they stopped trying to control our lives. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is shatter someone's illusions about who you're supposed to be.